Metal Monthly, whoa. New metal, no new metal, whoa. That's right, Banger fans. Blayne Smith bringing you another episode of Metal Monthly. Bangers look at what's coming out this month in metal. Hey, yeah. So as always, if you like our channel, you know the drill. You know what I'm going to say. Subscribe, boom, button down there. Like, boom, button down there. Comment, you know, whatever. You rule. You're a cuck. Whatever you want to say, you know, we're here for it. And, you know, you can support us on Patreon. You can support us by going to our merch store. And hey, if you like me, you can support me by going to twitch.tv/metalcomedy and watching me listen to some metal and play some video games. You know, hey, that's it, right? We did it. I know, Band-Aid right off. But hey, now we're going to get into some metal. Off the top, here's a rundown of some of the bigger releases, you know, that you might want to keep an eye out for, you know, or maybe you already know they're coming out, you know, just to check in with what's going on with the biggies in the metal world. So August 7th, Misery Signal is releasing Ultraviolet. It's a self-release. Good for you. Onslaught is releasing Generation Antichrist on AFM. August 14th, King Buzzo is releasing Gift of Sacrifice on Ipecac, and Primitive Man is releasing Immersion on Relapse. August 21st, Incantation is releasing Sects of Vile Divinities on Relapse, and Unleash the Archers, Canada's Own, is releasing Abyss on Napalm. August 28th, Necrot, hey, one of my favorite death metal bands to come out in the past couple years, is releasing Mortal on Tank Crimes, and hey, Powerman 5000 is apparently releasing the Noble Rod on Cleopatra, it says here. Weird. And Ulver is releasing Flowers of Evil on House of Mythology. Cool. So that's a list. That's some things. We might review some of those things. We might never talk about some of those things again. You could probably guess which is which from that. But, you know, hey, speaking of talking about things, let's talk about the records that I've been listening to figure out what we should all listen to and share with you so that you don't have to comb through 135 pages on Metal Archives. Our first album that I've been really jamming, really getting me going over these summer months, Töxik Death is releasing Sepulchral Demons on High Roller Records. It comes out August 21st. Let's break off a little piece now, though. So this is some Norwegian thrash. The cover, I love the cover. I love the kind of blocky color covers like this. It looks silkscreen. It really pops. Always makes me want to pick up an album and just, you know, it's by Obsessed by Cruelty. So just, you know, love the cover and love what's inside. So this band actually lost most of their members between their last album and now, and I don't know, man, blessing in disguise, because their new drummer, what's his name? It should be here. Jacob God damn it. Jacob Yetredal is wicked. Start of the record, boom. You got some great thrash to get into. It gets you moving. I feel like the past couple months we haven't really had a thrash record for me to really get pumped about, and you know what? Summer needs a great thrash record. Well, better late than never. We're getting it to give the summer a good bang goodbye. This band even does something that I don't think almost any thrash bands can do, which they pulled off a 7-minute thrash song. 7 minutes! Part of that is, again, there's some cool slower drumming, some cool fast drumming. Boy, I really like the drumming. Speaking of drumming, hey, just a reminder, Shredders of Metal Drum Edition. Check that out if you like drumming. And check out Töxik Death, Sepulchral Demons. Hey, everybody wins. Hey, you know how things go here. We started fast. Now let's go slow. So slow. With some Canadian doom of the extreme, funeral-y vibey. We've got Atramentus releasing Stygian, just Stygian, on 20 bucks spin. Also coming out August 21st. There's like an excerpt because it's slow doom, so I can't. There's excerpts on YouTube. It's like every song's 20 minutes. So yes, this is an album called Stygian, and yes, the cover is by Maurice Landowski, who's been really blowing up lately because of, you might remember him from that Bell Witch cover. You might also remember the word Stygian from that Bell Witch album, and you might remember, hey, 20-minute songs from Bell Witch. So if you're a Bell Witch fan, I've got good news. There's some similarities. But honestly, outside of the kind of superficial stuff, that's basically where the similarities end. They're not really cribbing it. They're not cheating off their test. And no Bell Witch crib notes. This is a little more of the how would I describe it? Upsetting doom. Angry, painful doom, bleeding out on this ground doom. If you have ever listened to my favorite best kept secret Worm Phlegm, you like that kind of stuff, this is kind of the doom for you. Howling in pain doom, let's call it. I really like it. I'm super pumped on it. I gotta give credit. Sarah tipped me off about this. I didn't see it. I had no idea it was coming out. Sarah was like, hey, you're having trouble finding stuff. You should definitely include this. So, we all love Sarah. She's a national treasure and just the gift that keeps on giving. And just honestly, just listen to the first track on this album. There's a sustain that goes on forever that I don't want to tell you what it is because I don't want to ruin it for you. But when I first heard it, I was like, is this still going? Holy jeepin' jillikers, that's sick. And next up, I'm really happy to say I have a Russian band. I normally have trouble getting Russian bands for this because I try and get their music and there's some weird wall between it, but these guys seem to really be able to get into they got Spotify, they got Bandcamp, they're good, they're covered, they're coming out of Russia, they're bringing us some great deathy, doomy, sludgy, posty, it's a lot of stuff. You know what would explain it better? Listening to it. Hey, let's... I know I normally love the covers on Metal Monthly, but this is a crazy month for covers. We got this great cover by Russian tattooer Denny Akhtamirov. I don't know how to say your name, but I would get tattooed by you if I could go to Russia right now, but I don't think I can legally do that. That's not a valid reason to travel. Don't travel right now. Back to the album. So this is an album that gives me that really bleak sound that I love out of black metal, like atmospheric and depressive stuff, but it's not black metal, so it's really nice to have that sound and that feeling, but coming from different music, because it's simultaneously familiar but a little different. Great stuff. There is also some black metal in there to go with the doom and the death and the sludge, and they really have put a lot of different genres in here all at the same time, but instead of sounding like an incoherent mess or like they don't know what they're doing or they can't decide, they really blended everything together perfectly. So if you're a fan of literally any one of those genres, there's probably something in there for you. And if you're a fan of all of those genres, then there's definitely something in there for you, the whole record. And if you're a Neurosis fan, there's probably something in there for you. It's it's got that kind of vibe, but a little more oh my God, we live in a cold, empty place. Not a slight against Russia coming from Canada, instead of the kind of more nature-y, there's plants around us, Neurosis vibe. That's my explanation. So I may not need to tell you guys about this next band because they've been blowing up the internet, and by blowing up the internet, I mean blowing up the very minor, small corner of the internet that weird metal fans occupy. But hey, they've sold out of half their goddamn stuff already, and the record, and you can't even get it yet. So hey, they're doing something right. Have a listen and see what they are doing right. Havukruunu. Oh God, Uinuos Syömein Sota. I don't know what I just said. I think I said I'm a soy boy. Anyways, it's coming out on Nature Mark Productions August 14th. You can take a crack at pronouncing it. Correct me down below phonetically and laugh at my struggles. You know, a shortcut to my heart is having a Dark Souls looking album cover, and this looks like a Dark Souls boss if I've ever seen one. It's by Heidi K. I feel like they would shuffle forward towards you together, and then occasionally one would pull out a sword and attack you while the other one kept the sword. It would be cool. It'd be a cool boss. If you were a fan, I'm using a lot of if you were a fan this month, because everything's a little weird. It's a weird month, you know? There were diamonds in the rough, but boy, were they sparkly diamonds. This album, Malocarpitan, if you had that feeling, you like that kind of nice injection of some cool folk vibes. If you listen to the first 30 seconds and not immediately fall in love with this record and go bye, 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 you're a stronger person than I, and good on you. But you know, hey, not so good on you because you're missing out on an amazing record. I love the black metal they do so much. It's just what I want. It's just what I need. I also love the acoustic guitar. I love the however you'd classify the singing from the start. I love the spacey outro. I just love this record. It seems like everybody else loves this record too, so you're probably pretty safe in giving this one a purchase because a bazillion weird people can't be wrong. Thus brings us to our palate cleanse of the month, which might not quite be a palate cleanse for some. It might be a palate overload, but for me, oh boy. Hey, you know, I don't know what's in the water lately, but we've got another power metal album. Yay! Terra Atlantica is releasing Age of Steam. Yes, that's right. I'm going to talk about a steampunk-themed power metal album here on Pride and Joy Music, August 14th. Have a listen. So yeah, we've got some German power metal, and yeah, you know, Judicator scratched an itch, but it scratched a specific itch. The other side, the Power Quest side, was it wanted to scratch as well, and gosh darn it, I found a power metal album just right after finding a power metal album. You know, I'm smiling ear to ear. Like any good European power metal band, I have no idea how to buy this album. I've linked their website. Maybe when it comes out, there'll be a clear link. European power metal bands, there's this thing called Bandcamp. It's sick. Head on over there, toss some stuff up, let me buy it. We can work something out. You know, I'll take a finder's fee if it works out for you. You know, whatever you want to do. So yeah, I know this sounds weird, but I'm sure you heard the music, and boy, is this just glorious. Like, fill your sails. You're off on an adventure. They transport you to a world. I'm going. There's plenty of great riffs, fun drumming, the choruses. There's plenty of parts to sing and chant along. Even the slow track that, god damn it, power metal, get rid of ballads. But hey, if you're gonna have to have a ballad, the chorus of this one, wins me over. I don't know, man, maybe the ballad's worth it just for that chorus. I don't know what to tell you. You know, it's totally over the top. If this isn't your thing, it's not your thing. But if this is your thing, if you like this side of the genre, boy, these guys, they did it, you know? Hey, if you had told me I was going to be recommending you a steampunk power metal album this month, I would have called you a liar. And then I would have put this on, and then I would have slapped you and been like, hot damn, order me 6 of those. So, that's it for the month. You know, again, housekeeping. You didn't put the sign on the door, so you gotta like, you gotta subscribe, head on over to the merch store, head on over to the Patreon, head on over to twitch.tv/metalcomedy, and you know, it's YouTube, man. The platform's free, so we gotta put in our own ads because, I don't know, man, we're not trying to sell you a VPN right now. That's something.